Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is you're watching this video. Thank you so very much for joining me. Thank you for clicking on my channel, giving me a shot to entertain you / share our makeup love and addiction. That is why we are all here after all, right? So, good morning. It's my morning, so anyhow, let's get this rolling. So I'm doing a full face, what's it called? A full face first impressions. Is that what? Yeah, a full face first impressions of makeup that I have not tried yet. A lot of this has been actually sitting in my collection for a month, some longer. I just really wanted to do a first impression for you guys. So, because you know I cannot help it, I have probably opened most of these and at least swatched them, but I haven't used them on my face. So that's what we're doing today. So thanks so much for watching. Let's get this. I'm not a big primer fan, but I'm gonna use this Laura Mercier primer. It's her foundation primer. It's a little like sample size, I believe. And this has been in my collection for embarrassingly long. So hopefully it's still good. Ooh, it looks so creamy. It looks so moisturizing. Oh my God, this feels pretty incredible. I'm not much for primers. I really am not. I don't know why I'm having like this slight recollection that I tried this before. And that was kind of recently because I thought this has been sitting here for a long time. Did I literally just try this in a video? I'm going crazy. I may have. I don't know why as I'm putting it on, it it feels so good that it's bringing back memories. All right, so if this is not first impression, I apologize. So I just kind of put that everywhere because it was feeling so darn good. Okay, so I don't really know how this is gonna work. I don't know if it's actually gonna make my foundation last longer. The only bad thing about first impressions, I'm gonna tell you, is that if it's all first impressions, like the primer is a first impression, the foundation's a first impression, the powders are gonna be first impressions, at the end of the day, you don't really know what went wrong, if that makes any sense. You know, whatever, we're doing this. So far, Laura Mercier, just on how it feels incredible. It goes on so silky smooth. It's really refreshing. I like it. I really like this primer just for how it feels. I have super, super dry skin. I usually just bombard my face with different moisturizers and oils before I do my makeup. And I don't prime because I already used so much like face product that I feel like primer is excess for me. So I don't do it, which is why it took me 2 years to try this. I mean, it's eyeshadows today because that's where we're gonna start. Again, first impression eyeshadows. I don't know if they're gonna have a lot of fallout, so I'm not willing to risk it because I have to get to work sometime this afternoon. So I'm gonna do my shadows first. This is the Shade and Light Eye. So this was actually picked up for me by a good friend of mine. Bless her heart. She found it at Marshall's and she's like, I thought of you, because she knows I'm always looking for a good deal on good makeup. So she picked it up for me and I'm gonna give it a shot today with you guys. So thank you, Sylvia, if you're watching, appreciate it. So let's check this out. Oh, that's so cute. I love it. This looks like it's like a purple-ish toned eyeshadow, which is perfect. I love my purples. All right, this is what it looks like. It looks like it's a quad. Oh, I love it. So you got a really big light colored one, you got a white one, and you got your two purples, your obviously darker one and your lighter one. So I'm super excited to try this. I've looked at them first and then shown them to you guys. So the one on the end is kind of just like a super, super light, like lavender, like super light. And then the other end is more of a pink. It's more of like a mauve-y pink. So this is like mauve pink, and this looks white on camera, but it's a super light lavender. So that makes sense. All right, I like it. Let's do this. My first impression lid primer slash concealer is the Fit Me by Maybelline. This one is in medium Moyen. There we go. That's one way to get the sticker off. Just turn it. All right. So hopefully this is the right color. All right. I like the color. That's gonna work just fine. And I picked up a couple new brushes at the Makeup Shack over the weekend, or late last week. They're T40 from the Makeup Shack for anyone that is in the Orange County area. That's where they are. If you're new to my channel, I am from California. That is where my home is, and clearly I live in the Orange County area, hence, yeah. Okay. Ooh, by the way, that brush, super soft. Really, really like it. Really like it. I love soft brush. Let me swatch these for you. I need to get an idea of what the pigment looks like. So for this mauve pink, we'll do that on top. Then we'll do the darker purple. Ooh, okay. And then we'll do this grayish purple. And then we'll do that lavender. So I'll be honest, I don't think I've never tried Kat Von D shadows on myself. I have worked with them on other people because they've brought them to me and they wanted, you know, I was doing their makeup with their palettes, but I've never done them on myself. So the texture, there's actually 4 completely different textures in these shadows. This one is super soft. This is kind of my favorite eyeshadow texture, but it also seems to be the texture that a lot of times does have a lot of fallout. This texture, it was pretty rough, but it is intense. It's like super dark. I'll show you the swatches in a second. This one came out really patchy when I swatched it. Not a good first impression so far. And this other one felt really rough, and it's so light I can't tell whether it's like, I can't tell whether it's patchy. That's the word. I can't tell whether it's patchy because it's so light, but these are them. So from the biggest to the smallest, again, the light color you can't even see on me. I'm going to go ahead and mix this and this as my transition shade. First, I'm going to go in with that mauve color. That was probably my favorite one, so let's not lie. That's why I'm going in with it on my transition. So it looks like it blended out to almost nothing. I'm going to look at it in the mirror, which, by the way, this little quad does have a mirror on it, so that's cool. I don't know exactly when she picked this quad up at Marshall's. I don't know if they still have them. I know she lives in the LA area, Arcadia. So I could not find any Kat Von D stuff at my local TJ Maxx or Marshall's. So I know that in the Orange County area, they just haven't carried them, or I just haven't been fortunate enough to walk in there when they had them. So I love her for picking these up for me. See it on camera, but it's definitely there. You can see it more on this side than this side because there's more darkness in the room over here. But I really like it. This is right up my alley when it comes to these kind of purpley pink shades. Okay, this blends out like a dream. It is so soft. It goes on so nice. And there actually is not a lot of fallout. There's a lot of kickback. Like when I say kickback, it like picks up and makes a big mess over here. So I've had to blow that off a bit. But it actually does not transfer onto the face. It has not had a lot of fallout. So that's great. Another trick to avoid fallout that I always do, and you've probably heard this noise, is I take off excess off the brush that would normally cause fallout before I even put it on my eyelid. But even so, with some shadows, you still get fallout, even if you do that. So you just never know. This shade is incredible. It's blending out great. The other three I'm a little worried about, but let's go for it. Grabbing a slightly smaller blending brush, I'm gonna go ahead and go into that. I'm gonna go ahead and try this one now. This one's the one that looked really patchy on my arm, so I'm kind of nervous. I'm gonna put this on with a mirror first thing because it does make me nervous. Here we go. Okay, so it's taking a little bit more work to get it in there, but it's not patchy. It's not patchy at all. Okay, that's what I was worried about. I was worried about it coming on really odd and patchy-like, and it's not. So far, so good. I love this. It is, I feel because of its rough texture that did not swatch well, it's actually really, like, it doesn't fly everywhere, so it's coming on exactly where I put it. Like wherever my brush goes is exactly where the color is dropping, and it's not flying everywhere. It's very accurate, if that makes sense. I don't think I've ever described an eyeshadow as accurate, but I don't know how else to put it. It's just really accurate. Like it stays where you put it, and that's really nice. If I was trying to use this as a more of an all over transition shade, that may have been a problem. But when you just want it specifically in a certain area, this is perfect, and it makes it super easy to work with and create that. So I'm actually thoroughly impressed. Now I'm going to go into the darkest like purple and try, I don't even know what I'm going to do with this color, but we'll do something with it. Where do I want this? I'm just going to put that again. It's going to look like I'm putting it in the same spot as the previous. Okay, so this last purple I put on, I know it looks crazy right now, guys. I'm going to fix it. It's beautiful. It's actually super soft. It's actually a lot creamier than I thought it was going to be from its swatch. So that's why I went real intense with it, and then it did not. I thought it was going to work out like the last purple, but it didn't. It's softer and it picks up more pigment faster. So just heads up about that. But I love the color. I love its intensity. And I love that overall it was easy to work with once I realized what I was working with. Going in with that really light lavender, and I'm going to put that where the lightness already is. I left a gap on purpose, so we're going to put that color there. Ooh, I really like it. All right, so officially my first impression of this whole quad is that it's magical. The pigment is strong. They blend out great. They don't swatch great, but they blend out fantastically. They're easy to work with. I really, really, really like them. Let's keep going. There is no fallout. Like there is nothing. That's really impressive. Okay, so now we're gonna try the Lumi Cushion by Loreal. By Loreal? Yeah. So one of my favorite foundations has always been my True Match from Loreal. And I think this was recommended to me, or this, I think Jaclyn Hill and Tati, I think both of them actually like this foundation a lot. I could be lying though, but I'm pretty sure that's who it was. And so after hearing one or both of them rave about it, I thought I'm going to try it because, again, super dry skin, so I like a luminous finish. That way my skin doesn't look as dry. And I was needing to replace my L'Oreal True Match, so I went ahead and decided to get their True Match Lumi cushion. As you can, so it's a cushion, right? I've never used a cushion foundation. I took out the sponge. I don't even know where it is. I'm just gonna dip in it with this foundation brush. I'm just gonna press this in. I don't even know if it's picking up product. I might be getting too much. I might not be getting enough. We're about to find out. Ooh, it feels so cool. Like, not cool like, oh, that's cool. No, it feels like fresh. I mean, I feel it coming on. And obviously I can see a change in my skin on the monitor, but it's not really, my skin looks luminous, but it doesn't look covered. Like, I can see every little thing on my face right now. So it does not have a lot of coverage, which I'm kind of shocked by. Maybe I should have tried it with a like beauty blender. It's okay. We're in this now. We're working with this. So far, I love the luminous finish. Like, it's very illuminating. Like, I feel like my skin looks refreshed and youthful, if that makes sense. But I don't really love that it has like very minimal coverage. If you are the type of person that wants something that's like a BB cream, but maybe a tinge more, then this might really work for you. Super, super lightweight. That I do like. And it's super loomy. So if you have dry skin, you prefer a BB cream type of finish, this foundation is really nice. Like, it keeps your face looking fresh and pretty, but it does not have a lot of coverage. I'm really gonna dig in here and try to like press this into my face. So I feel like pressing it into my face with the foundation brush worked better. Maybe I was losing too much product when I was, you know, kind of buffing it on. I mean, you can even see it on camera where this side looks more high coverage than this side. Okay, let's do the same to this then. I feel like that second layer of foundation did it. I feel like this is good coverage. It's by no means is it full coverage, but it's a medium coverage. It's a light coverage, medium buildable. So I like the way it feels. I like the way it looks. It definitely has that look that I love, which is that luminous vibe to the skin. So that I like. I like how it feels. And I think for a lighter coverage type of day, this could really work. I like it. I know I don't sound convinced. I don't think I am convinced yet. I'm worried that it's going to be one of those foundations that will disappear off of my face in an hour. I have the type of skin that eats foundation. Does anyone else have that problem where your face just eats your foundation? It's like gone in an instant. So that's my problem with a lot of foundations. And I'm afraid that this one's going to be gone in like a minute. So I'll let you know in the description bar, or if I have time to check in, I'll do a check-in in like 4 hours to see if there's still this coverage on here or if it's just like. Moving on, I loved this brush. Honestly, I was like, what do I use this brush for? And I thought, oh, I know, to like pat in powder under my eyes, because you know how often I set my under eyes. That would be a never. I've actually been experimenting more and more with setting my under eyes. So I saw this brush. I loved it. It's the T5 from Makeup Shack. They're so pretty. I wanted the whole collection, but girl, I have so many brushes. Okay, I was super excited. I got ahead of myself. I was about to show you guys the Shade and Light palette. So cult favorite, every one of you has probably heard of this palette, Kat Von D's Shade and Light palette. So excited when I found out that TJ Maxx was like carrying it here and there. Again, could not find it at any of my TJ Maxx's, but my girlfriend picked it up at her local TJ Maxx, and I'm so grateful for that. So she just recently gave this to me, and I'm super excited to try it. So excited that I forgot about my concealer. So let's rewind and put on some concealer. All right, so another thing that folks I follow have been raving about is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. It makes me nervous to move away from my Shape Tape, but I'm gonna try this. This one is very yellow based. It's probably not as light as I like my concealers, but that's okay. I'm hoping that because it's so yellow based, it feels good, by the way. I think the coverage is gonna be okay. But I'm hoping because it's like a salmon / yellow base that it will do a good job covering my dark circles, which at the end of the day is really what the whole concealer thing is about anyway. Okay, so the only thing I'm not loving about the concealer is that I think for the sake of covering my dark circles, it's doing a good job. I think it definitely illuminated the under eye area. It has a really good tone for coverage, but it's definitely not a highlighting tone. So I think I would have to get a shade or two lighter in it for it to like give me that highlight under the eyes that I like. But the coverage of it and the color of that medium Moyen is actually really good if you have dark circles like I do. But typically, and I even do this with Shape Tape sometimes, I'll go in with the medium and then I'll go in with medium light on top of it. So I think I'm gonna order another shade if this works out when it comes to like creasing, staying on, all that. So if it fully works out, I might order one shade lighter to do that illuminating factor that I like with it. So again, putting this as a base to cover, then adding the lighter color for a highlight. But so far, I really like the coverage. It seems to do a good job. Again, the real test for me in concealers is how well will it do throughout the day? Will it settle into all my lines? Will it last? Will it start breaking up because of my dry skin? Will it not break up? So that'll be the true test. And I can, again, leave it in my description so you guys know if I officially liked it or didn't like it. But very first impression, I like it. All right, let's get right to this. The whole purpose of this video, kind of, is this shade. Ooh, hello. Oh, that's a little insert. Okay, got it. Yes, I gotcha. So this is the palette. Ooh, nice big mirror on it. I like that. And these are the shades. So let's go for it. And I'm going to use the center yellow shade. Come on, you get this one here. And I'm going to set my under eyes with this big brush. I'm so excited to use this. I'm not going to lie. Yes, by the way, you should probably clean your brushes when you buy them, but I rarely do when I'm going to be using them on me. I just go for it. Okay, so I am just pressing this in under my eye. I'm just going to pat this all over my face a little. It feels good, actually. It does not feel over drying. A lot of times with powder, they just feel way too dry for my face. I immediately like want to scrape it off. This is obviously not powdered. This is powdered. So I like the way the powders feel, and I do like the way that it looks underneath my eye, that yellow powder. Target, it's a Sonia Kashuk brush. I'm gonna use it to contour. For my contour shade, I think I'm gonna mix all three dark shades. So I'm just gonna mix all these together. Oh, there it is. Hello. All right. All right. I like it. Not bad. Just gonna do my normal. So one thing I can tell you for sure is that it is not patchy at all. It goes on super smooth. I'm not sure if this was the best brush to try with this, but not bad. Nothing to do with the powder. This has everything to do with me being really weird about structured lines on my face. I just kind of tapped out around it so that way it wasn't so like, you know, like that line. Just that's picking up a very odd dark shade in the monitor. I don't think it looks like that in real life. We will see when we get in sunlight. I think it looks okay though. Like in a mirror, it looks fine. In the monitor, it looks kind of too dark or too muddy. I'm a little nervous about this contour shade and how it's gonna look in real lighting outside. I am in front of natural light right now, but I also have a couple studio lights on. So it's a mix of natural and studio light. In a mirror, it looks okay. It actually looks good, I think. But on camera, it looks a little muddy. So we will see when we get outside. I'll try. But if I had to guess, the color that made it look muddy is this one here. And that's because it's the most ashy toned one. And a lot of times with too much ash tone in the brown, it does look muddy. So with contour colors, it's a fine line between too warm and too ashy. Anyhow, but I really do like it. I think it's subtle. I feel like you could really build it up to a strong contour if you wanted to with those shades. And it is smooth. It's not patchy whatsoever, which for me, sometimes with powders, that's my problem too. So Shade and Light, I am so glad I finally tried it. I love the light shades. The contour shades I'll have to play with a little bit more, but I do like the fact that they don't feel dry and that they are not patchy. So they don't feel dry, they're not patchy. It's just finding the right tone in case it does look a little muddy. I think that's the only thing with the darker shades, but they give you 3 for that purpose. So you can find your perfect shade or mix up your perfect shade. So, okay, very last item in this first impression lineup is this Jordana cat eyeliner. I ordered mine off Amazon because Jordana is really hard to find. I looked at the Makeup Shack and a couple other random shops that I thought might carry it. Didn't find it. So I did order it off Amazon. It was like rave reviews. This is in black leather. I've been looking for a good liquid eyeliner. So let's do this. Hello. Oh, You turn it to open. Oh, I'm realizing right now, I thought this was a felt tip pen. It's not. It's a little brush. It's a little brush. Look how tiny that is. Oh man, it scares me. So I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna do this off camera in case I F it. I got the eyeliner on, and let's just never speak of this disaster again. By the way, really, really good pigment. I mean, it is super black. It's very matte. I'm gonna go away from the camera because I don't want you guys to see how badly I put this on. I mean, it's not pretty at all. So this liner is really, really pigmented. It's very black. It's flat, so it doesn't have a lot of shine, which is, I think, nice. I've heard that it wears a really long time. So we're gonna, I'll leave all those details in the description if that did work out for me in that way. So I think the eyeliner is a really good liner. However, I have such trouble with these tiny little pen eyeliners. Oh, again, did it again. So you see how thin, old school here. Okay, you see how thin that brush is? So for anyone that wants something super precise and thin, this would probably work out really well, especially if you're already used to it, if that's what you're good at. So I think this is gonna go to my sister, Lou, because she loves her super thin line eyeliner, and I think this is her preferred type of eyeliner. It is not my preferred type of eyeliner, so I will probably never use it again. All right, in summary, the Kat Von D Quad from Marshalls was a hit. I loved it, pigmented, worked out great, blended like a dream, looks beautiful, easy to create a look with it, probably many looks with it. I say yes, if you run into this at Marshalls, TJ Maxx, wherever they carry random Kat Von D stuff, pick it up, it's good. My brushes from Makeup Shack, so soft, so nice, they worked wonderfully. That wasn't really a surprise to me. Kat Von D Shade and Light Palette, perfect, beautiful. It's worth every good review that it has, so yeah, I like it. Concealer, let's take an extra look at it. All right, well, the Fit Me Concealer has really good coverage. It is going into my lines, but again, that could be the concealer. It could be the powder that's emphasizing my fine lines. That's the only problem with full face first impressions. I don't know which one's causing the problem, if it's the concealer or if it's the powder. The Cushion foundation, again, went on super nice. I actually really liked it. I think maybe because the foundation was so moisturizing, that's also why the powders actually felt nice. Again, it's so hard with full face first impressions can be tricky, guys. Not gonna lie, I don't know which product is, like, it's hard to pinpoint which product is doing what. But so far, I really like the Lumi foundation. Jordana eyeliner, obviously you guys just got my take on that. I think it's a great liner for someone that knows how to use it, because it has that super, super fine brush on it. So if you know how to use those brushes, you're gonna love it. I really think you will. I just probably won't ever use it again. What the? I'm not crying, guys. I'm not. This is... my eye just decided it wanted to shoot out like a really big tear. Ah. Ooh, but the eyeliner did not budge. It did not smear. All right, now I have to do my outro again. Damn it. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I so appreciate it. I love you guys. Thanks so much for your support, and until the next time, and remember, spread love, not hate. Let's work day by day to make this a better place. Hey guys, I wanted to do a quick check-in because I checked my
makeup as soon as I got back to my car, and look at this craziness. It is breaking up like crazy. Again, with a first impression, it's really hard to know what product I used that caused this chaos on my face right now. And clearly I must pick at the side of my face more than this one because this has not faded as much. But they've both majorly faded except for where I put the yellow powder. Like up here, everything is still as it was pretty much. But from like here down, it looks terrible. So we'll have to play with those a little bit more. I have a feeling that the problem may stem from that cushion foundation. It's just not a high coverage enough foundation. So my skin just like swallows it and it's gone. And everything that was on it is gone too. That's what I'm gonna blame it on. But I could be wrong. So thanks guys.